Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, can I start by also picking up on the contribution of my colleague, Honourable Nathan Guy, and take this opportunity of extending my thoughts and my prayers to the West Coast community, and particularly the families of the miners in the Pike River coal tragedy as it continues to unfold. Mr Speaker, no one can really imagine how frustrating it must be for the families as they wait. Day 5 today, a number of rescuers have been there right from the start of this tragedy, wanting to do something, and yet everyone's had to wait until first we ascertain the extent of the situation and then what can be done without further endangering life. It's a difficult time for all, and I just want to extend my thoughts to the communities. Mr Speaker, the thing I wanted to comment on was the kiwifruit disease, the thing that was on the media over the last couple of weeks prior to Pike River coal. I don't think it's been surpassed because of another tragedy. It's actually been surpassed off the pages of the media because we've made progress and got some action underway. And the first thing I want to do is commend the maturity and the cohesion of the industry that I had to deal with. The fact that we were dealing with such a united industry made the issue of, first of all, establishing the extent of the incursion relatively easy. And whilst I know that everybody jumped to conclusions about how the disease got here, it may take us some time to be sure as to when it arrived. I guess at this stage it would seem to me that the disease has certainly been here for a number of years. We've found now positive testings on pollen dating back to 2007, so it certainly doesn't look as if it's a recent incursion, which was certainly what the opposition seemed to be hoping for almost gleefully. It does also mean that it's probably going to be easier to deal with the situation in that if it has been here for that long, it is a disease that may not manifest itself with the severity with which it has manifested itself this year, and does seem to suggest to us that in fact, the industry as a whole has been managing the disease over other years almost inadvertently because they didn't realise they were coping with PSA at the time. Mr Speaker, last week we managed to get an arrangement whereby a $50 million package was delivered, 50% from government, 50% from the industry itself, and now that money is being spent as we speak in particularly the Te Puke region, where there is an aggressive pruning campaign underway in an attempt to try and contain this disease, contain the amount of bacterium that's associated with the rapid manifestation of the disease, and to get things underway so that control into the future is possible. There has been some nervousness amongst my primary sectors as we've moved to look at the best ways we can manage our borders. And we've been talking to the industry about the need for a lot closer engagement called government-industry agreements, whereby we can facilitate better protection at our border, but at the same time acknowledge that if incursions occur, in fact when incursions occur, we have a better way of managing those incursions. And the only way we can develop those protocols is by knowing what's important to industry. So I'd like to take this opportunity of congratulating the kiwifruit industry. I particularly want to acknowledge the work of Lane Jager, the Chief Executive of Zespri, the work of Peter Omler as Chairman or President of the New Zealand Kiwifruit Growers Incorporated, and I want to take this opportunity of mentioning Dr Barry O'Neill, who's been the MAF senior leader, leading official in this response. All of them have been superb to work with, and I think that's why we've got the situation to where it is today. Mr Speaker, it would be inappropriate if I didn't finish this contribution by taking the opportunity with regards to the Mana by-election of congratulating my parliamentary colleague, Hekia Parata, for a superb campaign. She was the runner-up, indeed she was, but I remember the Labor Party saying this will be a test of the national government's policies. So we proudly went into the Mana by-election and took the chance to take that test to the voters of Marta. And what happened is we saw a 6.6% swing in favour of those policies of the national government. That's why we're pleased with the result, and that's why we're very pleased to get a very, very close second.
Chris Hipkins.